Why Not? A queer podcast.
Thank you to our sponsor, Pineapple Healthcare, an award-winning primary care clinic right here in Orlando.
Pineapple Healthcare offers mental health counseling, HIV, STI testing and treatment, and specializes in care for the LGBTQ plus community.
Open Monday through Saturday. Call today at 407-553-6336 and schedule your appointment.
Pineapple Healthcare. Better together.
Hey, everybody. I'm Rick Todd.
And I'm Jeremy Williams, and you're listening to Wine,
Why Not? A queer podcast.
episode 166. Oh,
I haven't done that in a while.
I did not have my script up, and as we started, I was scrolling through my email trying to find it, and I went with memory, and I was like, ooh, I hope I got this, and I did.
You got the email, though, right? Obviously. You got the email.
did, yes.
You got the email to the link to this. Every single fucking time. I'm already cussing because it makes me angry. If you do like email security IT work and you're listening to this podcast, call me and explain to me why it's so difficult. Every week I send you at the same email address the same stuff, the script for the podcast, the link to it, and every time I send you an email, the email security software flags it. I'm like, I'm the one sending it, but I'm sending it, and then it sends the flag to my junk. That sounds fun. Keep your junk out of my junk. Keep your flags out of my junk. So it's just really frustrating because it's like I've told it 1,000 times. Anyway, there must have been an update recently because like every time I get an email from our printer asking questions that matter, junk. No matter how many times I go to the site and I say, let these through.
Yeah. You know what else? Who else had an update? Oh, no, you sent it Gmail. So it's probably all tied to the same thing. Google did an update on their when Gemini, their AI was like, they were like, oh, we're pushing it through and everything's going to be run by Gemini. And they updated their Google Homes. And not only did my Google Home lose its sense of humor, like it used to joke with me, now it has no sense of humor whatsoever. It's overly emotional. Like I would tell my Google that like, hey, I hate you. And before it'd be like, oh, why do you hate me? I'm trying to be your best bud. And this time he goes, I don't have any emotions. And that's not nice to say. And I was like, well, if you don't have any emotions, how do you know it's not nice to say, Google?
I'm sorry, Jeremy. My mom didn't tell me she got a new job as the voice of Gemini.
Anyway, so I forget where I was going with that. Anyway, Google update is just, I don't care for it at all.
I don't care for any.
Anyway,
I don't care for computers
I don't even know how we
anymore.
got on that.
Let's just go back to newspapers because I was complaining about email. What? I was complaining?
Never.
I should start drinking wine. Come on, it's been 10 years. Then we could do like a different podcast that's sort of like, you know, wine and cheese. That's what Caitlin said. That should be the name of our new podcast. All right, 166. Here we are.
Yes.
Nothing but good stuff. Off to a great start.
You mean the number 166? Because I don't.
I tell you? Yeah,
nothing.
Did I tell you I went back and listened to the last episode?
Oh, okay.
I did.
Nice.
And because I wanted to hear a couple of things. Well, we were on a long car ride. And so, but I wanted to hear how the microphone worked. And it didn't. Yeah. It was terrible. So I apologized to people. Since I got this new computer, I didn't have the software installed. I didn't realize that I had to install specific software for this microphone. But now it's fixed. So it's all great. But I felt like, I don't know. I felt like we were a little boring. So I apologize for the last episode. I laughed twice, which was good. But I think what it was is we recorded so early in the morning and we were both super tired.
Yeah.
So here we are, not tired.
No.
Totally caffeined up, ready to go.
It's in the evening. I'm drinking wine. You're drinking Red Bull. So we should be fine. We should be good. Yeah, we did. The last one was very early in the morning. And I don't want to call anyone out, but Caitlin seemed to be in a mood. No, I'm just kidding.
Not even. There was no French Caitlin. Caitlin was happy all the way through. Delightful. Even like
Yeah, I was making a joke. I really meant you.
I don't think that I was laughy jokey.
No, I think something happened right before the
I was just
podcast or
tired.
something. You were just you weren't on your game.
I haven't been sleeping well. And I did not sleep last night either. But so here's the thing too, because I started taking these shots, right? And so I don't eat a lot. And so then like things hit me harder. Like I'll be halfway through this and I'm jittery. But it's like I didn't eat. So this is one thing I did right before the podcast. I don't recommend this. I felt like I needed to put something in my body that wasn't just water or Red Bull. And I have a jar of pickles in my refrigerator. So you would think, oh, he ate a pickle. No, I drank half the pickle juice. Yeah. And then I drank a little bit of Red Bull, and now I have the pickle burps. It's gross. I don't recommend it. Anyway, I'm excited about this podcast today is all I'm trying to say. So if you listen to 165 and you still came back for 166, thank you. I appreciate that.
And go back and still listening after the pickle juice comment, then
listen to the last
for staying.
The last half of the podcast. Like when we talked about Merrily We Roll Along, that was fun.
Yeah. I mean, we're at 166. They can't all be winners.
I mean, yeah. And I was sitting there listening to stuff like, who gives a shit that I carried a broom through the TKTS line? Anyway, but I did. If you didn't listen to it, go back and listen to 165. It's great. Yeah. But here we are.
Speaking of 166 and some of them not being winners, did you know that the TV show Growing Pains ran from 1985 to 1992 for 7 seasons for a total of 166 episodes? And according to IMDb, several of those episodes were not winners. That's some pretty low ratings on some of them.
I was a big fan of that show.
Yeah. What was your favorite part of it? What did you like about Growing Pains?
Isn't that River Phoenix was on it at the end, right? Wasn't he one of their friends? Which one was he on?
No, you're thinking of Leonardo DiCaprio.
I'm thinking Leonardo DiCaprio. We were just talking about River Phoenix.
Yeah.
Whose demise set the course of Dylan's life because I was supposed to marry River Phoenix, but he died, so I married Dylan.
Interesting. Hopefully he's not listening to episode 166.
Oh, he might because when I have like things that I spend most of my time with Dylan, there's no way he's not coming up in the podcast. So ever since we talked about like Stranger Things, Dylan, he listens now because he wants to know what we have to say about him. So he'll probably be listening to this. I love you more than River Phoenix.
Here's an interesting tidbit about Growing Pains. Did you know, because the last episode ran on April 25th, 1992, and it was a night of finales on ABC where 3 of their biggest shows were coming to an end. Do you know what the other 2 were? Really quick, off the top of your head.
Growing Pains, Family Ties?
No,
is that before? Alf.
I mean, it's around the same time. No, you're not.
Cheers.
No, that's NBC. Okay, so Growing Pains ran for it was an hour-long series finale.
Your disappointment in my guessing is you're not gonna get it. Just stop.
I at least thought you knew Cheers was on NBC.
I know Cheers, Night Court, and there was another one. It was must-see TV. It was Cheers, Night Court, and something else. Anyway, they were on Thursday nights.
Yeah. Well, I know that like the big one was Friends, Seinfeld, ER, and then 8:30 and 9:30 were filled in with random crap for the next 10 years.
Oh, this was before Friends. Cheers, Night Court, and something else were like before Friends. Yeah.
So Growing Pains ran an hour series finale from 8 to 9, followed by the hour series finale of Who's the Boss. Followed by the hour series finale of MacGyver.
Oh, I have so many things to tell you about Danny Pintaro. I I think I've talked about him on the show before.
Yeah.
But did you know that he's like, is he an Uber driver now or Amazon delivery? I think he does Amazon deliveries now.
I believe he does Amazon deliveries. I do. Oh, is that funny, Caitlin? I slurred my words. I can see you.
It almost sounded like
she
you were
just turned the
saying. Oh, I
camera
know. That's hilarious. It sounded like you were saying some like Mamala Kamala thing.
Ma-
And I was like, that was
Yeah.
great.
I had a little sip of wine and it slurred my words. Shit. And what was I saying?
How many glasses have you had?
It's just the second. What was I
Danny
saying?
Pintaro. We were talking about Danny
Oh,
Pintaro.
yes, he's an
Amazon.
Amazon delivery driver because I know this. I follow him on TikTok, and he does TikTok lives where he builds models and talks to the audience. And I've chatted with him a little bit on there.
Really?
Yeah,
He's very accessible.
he is. He is, and he's super nice. He's such a nice guy.
I told you a story about him going on a date with this ex-boyfriend of mine.
Yes, you did.
And then when he saw my ex-boyfriend, then after the date, he ran away from him.
Oh, that's sad.
It didn't
That
go
doesn't
well.
sound
I mean,
very
it
nice,
didn't
Danny
go well.
Pintaro.
Well, I mean, I know my ex isn't listening, so I can say this. No, just kidding. He was a delightful young man.
He's somebody you would run away from.
He of all of my exes, of all 83 of them, I don't know if that's that many, but he's my favorite.
Aw.
He's a good
I was
guy.
hoping you'd say 166 X's because we were like, oh, that's the number of the episode. The only other thing, this literally was very, very slim pickings finding anything for 166. The only other thing I found is the 166 bus in New Jersey serves the routes that run between New York City and New Jersey. So if you're ever in New York City and looking to get into Jersey, or if you're in Jersey trying to get out to New York City, you're going to take the 166 bus. No, you're not. You're probably going to take the train, but you can take the 166 bus. And the only other thing I have for Caitlin, who turned her camera back on so I can see her bright, shiny face.
Yeah, she had to come back on for her Pokemon.
Pokemon 166 is Ledane. It is a 4-foot. Am I mispronouncing that? Yeah, it's like a 4-foot flying ladybug. Ledian.
Oh, like median, but Ledian.
It's the evolved version of the ladybug from last week. And like I said, the website that I pull these from have like a fun fact about each Pokemon. And here is the fun fact for Ledian. It said that the patterns on its back are related to the stars in the night sky, but the details of that relationship remain unclear. Caitlin says there's a different fact on the red Pokeball as if I keep that page open.
Control is talking to us.
I take the notes and then I close all the windows out so I don't get confused because I'm old. And if there's too many windows open, I'll lose track. So I close them. But I will keep that in mind for the next Pokemon. But apparently there's a little Pokeball I can click on to get a fun fact.
In episode 165, you know what we did a lot of? We did a lot of not talking while we looked things up.
Yes,
so it's best to just close all the windows and we're just gonna make shit up. No.
In real time, I do remember from last week. In real time, several times me thinking, "Shit, it's been a while since any of us said anything."
Yeah, like somebody should talk.
Yeah, it was just a shit show last week. We apologize.
It was. You should go back and listen to it. I would almost rather watch a naked boy singing again than listen to episode 1. I'm just kidding. I will listen to every episode and nothing but this podcast if I never have to watch naked boy.
We should take like a period of time, maybe like through the summer or like in the fall or something. And what we'll do is we will look back, and instead of doing a movie or a TV show, we will critique one episode of our podcast, and we'll just like randomly pick a number, and then that's what we'll listen to and critique it.
Remember we did that with we critiqued episode 1.
Oh, we did.
Either after a year or after the 100th episode, we critiqued it.
Oh my God, the layout We thought we were like a news podcast, like we were gonna keep that shit up. But we were like, and the headlines, blah 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 blah.
But here's the thing about that: we get to the headlines and we'd have 30 seconds left of the podcast, so we never.
Yeah.
And then we were like, "Oh, we were going to talk about this. We'll talk about it next time." And then we just
And
finally said, "Give
we
it
used to
up."
watch two things, thinking we're gonna talk about both of them in time.
Yeah, we talked about a movie in great detail, and then had 2 minutes to cover the Oscars or something.
Yeah.
I was like, "This is not working."
We were so stupid back
We're like,
then.
"Talk fast." Yeah. Now we talk slow about nothing. It's great.
Anyway, that's all I have for 166. What about you?
That sounds good. How was your week? Here we go. Did you know? You didn't see this? I'm impressed, by the way, that you found that there were 166 episodes of. I wanted to say Saved by the Bell. It's not the one that you talked about.
You always say this, like you're like, oh, I'm impressed you found this fact. Let me run you really quick. The 3 searches I do that most of these things come up. If there's like nothing and I have some time, I'll go digging. But I Googled the number. So like this week I Google 166, see what I can find in the first couple of pages. Then I Google fun facts about the number 166. And then I go through a couple pages. Then I Google pop culture facts. Hey, Google, shut up.
Google's on it. Maybe
And
this is why
then-
Google's not joking with you anymore.
Oh, no, he used to be fine with me telling him to shut up. Now he just looks like, whatever. Bitch.
What if you said Google shut up and it was like, oh, Jeremy?
You silly queer.
What if it was like, oh, Jeremy, how are sales at Uggs?
Aw, they actually
You're
were
like-
really good this week, Google. Anyway, they were really good this week. I had a really good week. Anyway,
Good.
the
Good.
third one is I search pop culture facts for 166. And generally that's like the TV and movie little bits to come up with that. But those are my
Okay.
3 searches. That's how I normally come up with my stuff.
I do things like there are 166 of, and then see if it fills anything in. No, nothing. So anyway, but I just Googled the number. So clearly you've seen these and you thought these things are so fucking boring. I am not going to mention them. And then you're like, no, either that or you said, I'm going to give Rick something. I got a couple of car facts.
Okay, yeah,
Car
I looked
facts.
at those and I said, Rick's going to pull those, so I'm not going to pull
The
those.
Ferrari 166 MM.
I
Yeah,
saw
it's
that. Yeah.
designed for long distance competition, but they did make a commercial model of it. So anyway, there's that. Then there was the other one, which I don't know if I should bring it up because, time has passed, but we're aware of Volkswagen's role in World War II, are we not?
Oh, of course, yes.
Yeah.
We all know.
So anyway, this
And
is the
Hugo Boss also. He designed their
they-
uniforms. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I have so much Hugo Boss stuff, and I think it's just because I am a boss that Dylan bought me a boss bag for my birthday. Was it my birthday? No, Valentine's Day. Yeah, he bought me a Hugo Boss bag, and I love it. But now I'll just cover it at the boss part. It'll just be an Oss bag. I used to have a Prada bag that I liked a lot. And now it's just a Rada bag, so I
Wow.
never wear it.
If this makes you feel better, Hugo Boss did not design the iconic black SS uniforms, just the standard basic Nazi uniform. Also, Hugo Boss was an early member of the Nazi Party.
Mm.
Do with that info what you will.
So we're gonna find out that like Vera Wang designed the red hats.
No, but Vera Wang is a member of. No, I'm just kidding.
No. VW Type 166. I'm gonna say this the way I think it should be pronounced.
Yes.
Schwimmwagen. The VW Type 166 Schwimmwagen is
I
a
like
famous World War II era amphibious vehicle produced between 1942 and 1944.
Yep, we know what those were made for. The Nazis.
Hey, this is information you're gonna want to take with you to a trivia. PS 166. I just wrote it down because it's the Richard Rogers School of the Arts and Technology. We talk about the arts.
Oh, all right.
All right, here you go. Look how much information I have about this.
Mm.
Oh, it's 2 pages long. This will be a great segment. Friends, episode 166. What do you think? Do you want me to tell you some fun things about it? No,
yeah.
let's see. Let me tell you what the subplots were.
Okay.
While making their seating plans for the wedding, Chandler is sad that he only has 10% of the guests on his. So when Joey asks if his parents can attend, Monica says no, but Chandler, wanting more guests on his side, says yes, and then it becomes a big deal.
Yeah, that's where she's got the big layout.
Yeah,
And
it's
Rachel takes her
also-
little pin and she's like, let's just put me here at the bar talking to the cute bartender.
It's also the one where they fight over who's going to get Batman's tux.
Do you remember
because
whose tux
it's
Chandler ends up
Brosnan.
with?
It was Pierce Brosnan and then Val Kilmer. No, I don't, but I know it was funny.
Yeah, so because he goes and he gets James Bond's tux, Pierce Brosnan's, and then Ross gets Val Kilmer's, which he thinks is Batman's tux because Val Kilmer was Batman at the time,
Yes.
but it turns out it was the tux he wore to the At First Sight premiere.
Right.
So
Because they found
that
the
was
ticket in
obviously
the pocket.
like a little, yeah, that was like a little romance movie, not a cool Batman movie. But it turns out at the end, Chandler finally settles on one, and it was Diane Keaton's tux.
Oh, right. Yes.
And what's funny is if you watch the wedding episode,
Boop, beep,
he's
boop, boop.
wearing that tux.
Both Val Kilmer and Diane Keaton no longer of this earth.
It's true. It's true.
Pierce
You know
Brosnan
who is though? Pierce Brosnan is.
Pierce Brosnan is. I think Pierce Brosnan should always be 007. I would watch an 85-year-old Pierce Brosnan movie. I as him as
Yeah.
an action movie. I just as much as I want Liam Neeson to always beat people up, I always want Pierce Brosnan to be a spy. Oh, he's in that show with he plays that Irish mobster guy. That's a good one. Do you know what I'm talking
What
about?
movie
With
is that?
Helen
No.
Mirren. It's a TV show. It's a series. It's Helen Mirren, and him, and they who else is in it? Anyway. Now I can't think of the guy's name, and I could go into a personal story about how to get you there, but it might take a minute. I don't think people would listen to that. All right, so the actual main story of the episode. You've got all the
Yes.
subplots. Now, what's the episode called?
All right, so you didn't tell me about Phoebe, so I'm gonna say it's a Phoebe episode.
Phoebe is involved in the main story. Yes.
And you didn't mention Joey except in kind of a bit part. Is this the one where Joey learns French?
No, but I did watch that the
Oh.
other day, and it's effing hilarious. Phoebe gets so mad at him. It's so funny. Anyway, I also
Is
didn't
this the
mention
one-
Rachel.
Oh, is this the one where they move in with each other? And Rachel, they go for a run. Weird run. Is this the weird run one?
No, that's a good one too, though. Let me give you another hint.
Yeah.
I'll give you here's a little fact about this. In season 3, when Ross made a list of celebrity women he'd like to sleep with, one of the celebrities on the list,
It's the Winona Ryder episode.
Yes,
with
it's
the
Winona Ryder.
kiss.
it's the one with Rachel's big kiss.
Yes.
So it's Rachel bumps into a girl she knew in college, played by Winona Ryder,
Mhm.
and she says that they got drunk and made out, and Phoebe doesn't believe her. So then they try to get the girl to tell Phoebe it was real the whole episode.
Yeah. And it's funny because I remember the commercials for this one. They're making such a huge deal that Rachel was having a same-sex kiss with Winona Ryder. And I used to get episodes or issues of Entertainment Weekly, and they were writing about the previews of the upcoming TV shows. And they're like, yeah, it's not surprising anymore since Roseanne did it. Because remember, like 10 years prior to that or 5 years prior to that, Roseanne kissed Mary, was it Mary Lou Hemingway?
No, it was Sandra Bernhardt, wasn't it?
No. Sandra Bernhardt was in the episode, but I think it was her who played her girlfriend, who I think was Mary Lou. But she kissed her, and it was like a huge, they talked about it. Politicians talked about it. It was a huge deal. And then like 5-10 years later, Friends does it, and they're like, eh. No one
Didn't
cares.
I'm glad politicians don't really talk about TV shows much anymore, right? Do they? I don't know.
Nah,
Remember
I
they were
mean,
so
Trump
involved in it, like
Trump talks about his own all the
jeez.
time.
Great ratings.
I used to have great ratings.
So this is an interesting thing. In this episode, Joey mentions Chandler's parents are going to the wedding, but at this time, Monica thought Chandler had invited his father, but it isn't until season 7, episode 22, the one with Chandler's dad, that he gets invited. So Joey was talking out his ass. Here's a quote from the show, which made me laugh.
What is it?
Rachel says this about the kiss. Well, it was one night at a party, and we both had a lot of sangrias, and we started kissing. And Ross says, now that's 2 of my wives. Oh, Ross.
That Ross. You know, as I get older, I used to hate Ross when I watched the show originally. I was like, you're such a dork. And as I get older, I'm like, you're not a dork, Ross. You're just sad.
He cracks me up.
He does. He cracks me up, but he's so sad. His life just makes me
There was an episode, I wish I could remember. We were watching it the other day, in the middle of the day on a Saturday or whatever, or in Saturday morning. No, I got back on Saturday. So Sunday morning before softball, we were watching it, and Jen and I were laughing like we've never seen it. But it was an episode I wasn't too familiar with, and it just cracked us up. Anyway, 166th greatest film of all time.
Of all time.
Of every movie ever made. This one's coveted in the coveted 166 spot.
Give me.
I don't know how to get you there.
Okay.
I know you're going to know the movie. Maybe you'll know it because you're a movie buff. Maybe if I just say it's a 1915 D.W. Griffith movie. Like maybe that'll do it for you. 1915.
Yeah, is it Birth of a Nation?
Yes. Yes. And I mean, I was reading about this, about why it's a landmark film.
Well, I mean, it's a horrible subject. Like it basically is about how amazing the Ku Klux Klan is. And FYI, Woodrow Wilson, who was president at the time, aired it like 12 times at the White House and said it was the greatest thing he had ever seen in his life.
It's the first movie to be screened at the White House.
Yeah.
But the film's been denounced for its racist depiction of African Americans. The film portrays its black characters, many of whom are played by white actors in blackface, as unintelligent and sexually aggressive towards white women. Isn't that crazy?
Technically, the movie is like it. There was a lot of, because it was in the infancy of the film industry, so a lot of the techniques in filming had never been done before.
Yeah,
but it's still a shit film.
They remade it.
Yes.
Did you watch the remake? I haven't seen it.
Yes.
Is it better?
I've seen clips of it. And they remade it, but from a more sympathetic angle to African Americans.
Well, yeah.
But the name is just, the name of the film is so tainted. If you say it's like I'm getting the Ku Klux Klan back together again so that we can feed the homeless. I don't care what you're doing. Using the name has a lot of problems.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. I'm sure after the Civil War, the nation needed to heal, but don't you think there could have been some punishment?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's almost like on January 7th, how it was like, oh,
I was just going to say, you mean January 6th?
Yeah, no, I meant the day after.
I get.
Or the election after, like,
you Dennis Quaid me the day after tomorrow.
Do you? God, I watch that movie every time it's on.
Me too. I love that movie.
Until they get to this. Until they get to the scene where they go on the boat looking for the antibiotics and there's dogs. Because I can't watch a movie with dogs.
Oh,
because my dog barks at what am I gonna do?
All right, I think
when
they're
I'm up
wolves.
there visiting. When I'm up there, yeah. Aren't all dogs wolves?
I mean,
they were at some point.
The way we are chimpanzees.
I'm a monkey's uncle. I like all the memes that I ever see of like dogs like being like dressed in costumes and being like, our ancestors were wolves. Cracks me up. Anyway,
But yeah, that part, particularly that part where the ice is chasing them, one of the stupidest things I've seen in all movies. And I don't mean action films. I don't mean films of the last 20 years. I mean, of all movies I've seen, one of the dumbest scenes. But for some reason, that is a movie. It doesn't matter what part it's on. If I come upon it, I sit down and I finish that movie from whatever point I started watching it. And I don't know why, but it's one of those movies I have to watch.
Yeah, I discovered that's The Martian for me as well. Because The Martian was on, and I was supposed to. It was like getting late last night, and I was supposed to watch the movie that we're covering, and I kept watching The Martian, and Dylan kept walking into the living room. It's like, have you started your movie yet? Have you started your movie yet? And I was like, I will. The Martian.
The best thing I can say about the movie we did this week is it's under 90 minutes, so it didn't take as long to watch it as other films.
Yeah. Hi, Chris.
Don't look.
All right, here we go. Now there is no way. This, if you do not get this, then the podcast is over. Okay. We're gonna turn it off, and it's over. There's no way. There's no clue I can give you that's going to have you not get this. So this is the 166. The only reason you may not get it is if you think, how is this person all the way down at 166?
Oh, now I'm intrigued.
The 166th greatest director of all time. I'm going to give you the first movie they ever directed.
Okay.
Pee-wee's Big Adventure, 1985.
Tim Burton?
Yes.
Is 166?
166 on the list.
Oh, my God. Listen, I was going to make a joke and just say a random name so that you were like, oh, podcast is over. But I was so in shock that he is at 166.
I forget that you can't hear Caitlin. And Caitlin said he's going to give the wrong answer just so you'll stop doing the podcast. And then you gay gasped, and she's like, no, that was a gay gasp.
I was going to do that joke. I was. But then when you were like, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, I was like, no, he is not that low. I have listened for the last, 6 months to the most random French and German names that I have never heard in my life. And you're telling me they're all better than Tim Burton? I don't know what list this is, but shame on you.
They got the diversity slots.
Got to fill those Europeans in.
I think Tim Burton's going to sue this guy to find out why he wasn't higher on the list.
He's off to work. Bye, Chris. Have a good night.
Bye, Chris.
Did he take?
I hope that you don't get any impacted bowels.
Okay, that's fine.
All right. Well, that's all my list. See, those were fun.
He's running late.
Oh no. So
did
you do anything fun this week? I know last week was a bit of I worked all the time.
Same with this week. No, I didn't do it's not like, oh, I had this real fun event that I went to, and let me tell you about the event. I didn't do anything real fun. I worked a lot, but some interesting things happened to me and in New York City. First, 2 days ago, a man with a machete was at Grand Central slashing people with it.
Yes.
Just hacking them up with a machete. He slashed an 84-year-old, a 70-year-old, and a 65-year-old. All three had to go to the hospital. They're alive. They're going to be okay. But he was screaming. He had a machete and was screaming, "I am Lucifer." And depending on which TikToks you watch, he may or may not have been nude while he was doing this. And then charged at the two police who came up on the scene with the machete. So they shot him dead.
Boopy, boop, boop.
Now, here's the crazy thing that happened. This happened around 10:30 in the morning. I was walking to work when this happened, not far from Grand Central. And I was like, what if I had decided to get up a little early and be like, you know what? I'm going to go, to the New York Public Library or Bryant Park and just walk around, because I didn't have to be at work till, I think, 12 or 12:30. I had a little bit of time. What if I had chose to go to Grand Central and I confronted this man with the machete? I don't think he's really going to work.
You would have I know. He is not going. Did you lose your job, Chris?
No, don't say that.
Are you pretending?
But yeah, it's crazy. So I heard that when I got to work.
by the way, every bad thing that happens since we've made this announcement that we have this apartment and Dylan's moving up there and all this stuff's going on, every time something bad happens, I am told all about it. I was like, yeah, I know. I was like, well, guess what? I was like, as many times as I've been to New York in the last year or two, I have not gone to Grand Central once, so I'm okay.
Yeah. Okay, now that he's gone for work, I just want to say a little bit. I know he doesn't listen to this podcast, so I'm not concerned. He's running. I get it. You're running late for work. It happens. But I put the garbage by the door, and I said, "Can you take the garbage with me?" He goes, "I'm running late." You walk right by the fucking closet that the damn garbage goes in on your way out the door. God. Anyway,
Married life. It's
just
not
for 6
easy.
more weeks. Our lease is up in about 6 weeks here,
Aw.
and we're parting ways. So,
Are you really?
Yeah.
You got a plan?
I got a jam plan. You know where that's from?
No.
Friends. Good God, you're not a
Uh,
real fan. When
I've-
Monica
Look, I am a
breaks
real
up with
fan
Richard.
of Air Supply, but I don't know everything about them.
When Monica breaks up with Richard, who's played by Tom Selleck, she is in a depression. So she decides that the way she's going to get out of this depression is she's going to make homemade jam. So she calls it her jam plan. So she's just, there's fruit everywhere in the kitchen. And Rachel's like, "Where did you get all this fruit at 4:00 in the morning?" And she goes, "I went down to the docks." So later in the episode, when she realizes she's going to have to charge like $19 a jar for the jam because of how expensive it is to make it, she says, "I've got a new plan, and it's I'm going to have a baby. And she's going to get a sperm donor." And she goes, "And I know exactly where to get that." And Rachel goes, "Back down to the docks." It's one of my
Rachel.
favorite Friends jokes. Anyway, he could have taken the fucking garbage with him. Anyway. So yeah,
He should do it now while he can. In 6 weeks, he won't be able to take your trash down.
No. Well, he's gone now, so I'll have to do it. But no, he's going back to Queens. He has an uncle that had a rent-controlled apartment, and his uncle is in poor health, so he is giving him his apartment. So good for you, Christopher. And then I will be going. I haven't decided if I'm going to sleep under the Brooklyn Bridge or in the Lincoln Tunnel. No, I've got some places that I'm probably going to go to. I have a couple of places this week I'm going to go look at. You know what ideally I'm looking for? Because shit is so expensive right now, and sales ain't what they used to be, at least until September. You remember the first Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire? It doesn't have a bathroom, doesn't have a kitchen. It's just a room that he rents from like an Argentinian man or a Middle Eastern man or something. Him and his daughter own the building, and it's just a room. That's what I want. And I want to come out and be heading to work, and he's like, "You're 3 days late on your rent." And I was like, "Oh, hey, mister.
I'll get right on that, mister.
I'll get right on that." I also thought about, and I'll throw this plan out there, and you all let me know what you think. I thought about changing the locks here and just squatting. Because, I mean, this is a woke city. What are they? They're not going to kick me out. Mom Dami wouldn't allow it. Now that I put that out there, they're going to have cops stationed at my door. They're like, "All right, Mr. Williams, you got to go."
Yeah, now that
Anyway,
they listen to this podcast because they have to defend themselves in court over all of the complaints you've made against them. Do you know that the first apartment that I lived in New York was a room? And it was like, I mean, it was literally like 55 square feet was the whole room. And the bathroom, there was a toilet across the hall that was shared amongst everybody on the floor. And then on the other side of the hall was a shower that was shared amongst everybody on the floor. And you just had to like get there in the right time and whatever. It worked. I paid $500 cash to the doorman at the piano bar downstairs, and that was rent.
Was it the piano bar that we went to?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Don't tell
Well,
Mom.
I know what door I'm going to knock on after this.
Go ask the doorman there. I don't know if the woman that owned all of that stuff was still alive because she liked to hit the opium pipe a lot. But we'll see if
I feel like Ross. I know these keep going back to Friends. I feel like Ross when he's trying to get ugly naked guy's apartment. Now I've got my in.
Yeah, so
I just need to go smoke opium with her.
The article that I wrote for that my publisher's desk that's out right now talks a little bit about that. So when I talk about the singer, the Broadway actress and singer Terry White, who was at the time working at a piano bar, not Don't Tell Mama. She was working at Rosie 2, which was on like 9th Avenue, 9th or 10th. And I was sitting there reading a Loot magazine looking for a place, and she walked up and was like, what's the matter? You look sad. And I said, if I don't find a place tonight, then I have to call my mom and say, hey, can you send me plane tickets? I didn't make it. I have to go home. And she was like, give me a minute. She called the owner of the bar, who apparently owns like a bunch of buildings, and they had a room that was available. But they were like, she's like, give me a week and you can move in. I was like, I need it tomorrow. She's like, give me like 4 days. I was like, I need it tomorrow. They're like, fine. But they didn't want to rent it to me because I was with somebody at the time. And they're like, it's too small. And I was like, you don't understand. I need the place. But it was funny because she owned the bar, but she was so high when she got there, she kept walking past it. They had to go out and say, we're over here. It was cuckoo. It was great. That's the one where the guy like threatened to kill us because I got drunk and fell into the wall. And he was like, you're too noisy. And he was like waving a knife at me. It was crazy.
Oh, shit.
Good times.
All right. Well, then tonight I will go hang out at the bars.
There you go.
There we go. I am also going to go by the center tomorrow to see if they have like a message board up or something, or if there's like an old gay sitting out front and be like, do you need a roommate?
Do you ever see those posts?
I'm a real good cook and I'm clean.
Like somebody posted a group and they're like, like a Facebook group. Oh, you don't have Facebook, but they post in Facebook groups and they're like, hey, I'm new to town and I'm just looking to make friends. And it's always like this hot twink.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's no way that's real. But see, you could be that hot twink.
I could, and I don't need Facebook because I get messages on Growler like that all the time.
Well, there you go.
So I'm just going to find an even older bear and I'll be like, I need a home.
And you can say, and I know how to take the trash out.
I do. I'm a pretty good cook, and I'm clean, and I have furniture if you need any.
I is smart.
I am kind.
And I am important.
I is important. Other
Great
than
movie.
that, I am so excited to be getting out of this place because, and I'm nervous to say this because I'm home alone, my apartment is haunted.
Oh, no.
So
No.
Chris tells me that I have sleep paralysis, but I'm pretty sure I'm being haunted by a ghost. So the other day, I am in bed. The TV in the bedroom has gone all glitchy. It's not working. The TV, it's weird. The TV works, but the Wi-Fi won't link up. So like if I get a Roku or something to plug into it, I think it'll be fine. But something's wonky with the Wi-Fi connection in the TV. So we can't use the TV in the bedroom right now.
I find that to be always the case. Like, I think, and somebody told me this a long time ago, and I find it to be true most of the time. Technology is getting better, but if you buy a product that does two things, it does none of those things well. So, like, TV VCR combos, like...
Oh, yeah, the VCR always used to go out.
Yeah, and so I was thinking, like, so I ended up buying a Roku TV, but I don't use Roku. I plug in Google Play because it's way faster.
That's funny. I have a I don't know what is it. I think it's a Google TV that I have in the living room, but Google doesn't have the Spectrum app. So I had to buy a Roku to plug in so that I could watch my Spectrum.
I do use. That's the only app when I'm in New York. I use Roku to watch the Spectrum app because Google does. Why would that? Just makes no sense.
None.
Google, what? Tell your Google. Listen, you little shit.
I've asked it several times, and it says I've sent a link to your phone, and then I look at the link, and it's a list of apps that Google does have, and I was like, that doesn't help me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's so weird. So I have a Roku hooked to my TV just for Spectrum. And as I'm saying this, I'm working out in my head and realizing I can just unplug the Roku from my TV out here and put it in the bedroom when I go to sleep in the bedroom. It's not like it's hardwired into the TV. I don't know why I don't do that. I'm going to do that from now on, but I didn't do that the other day. So I turned all the lights off on here and I went in the room and I have the Spectrum app on my phone. So I have the phone set up on my nightstand and I have TV Land on because they run Seinfeld, overnight. So I was like, oh, I'm going to watch some Seinfeld. I put my little CPAP machine on, and I'm on my side looking at the night table.
Sorry.
Why is that funny?
No,
Because
it's
I'm fat and can't breathe?
no. I'm just watching Caitlin.
Who's laughing her ass off, I can tell, because she turned her camera off.
She turned her camera off because she's taking some kind of pills or something. And so just on the corner of my eyes, I see this. Like, that's how she does it. She pops it in, takes some water, and shimmies it down. And
I thought she turned her camera off because she was laughing at me.
I just started laughing at her because I'm like, she's just
I'm sorry,
whatever.
Caitlin?
They're doing a podcast. She's popping pills. Share with the class.
Anyway, so I'm on my side. I'm watching my little TV, my little phone, the TV on the phone, and I turn the lamp off. So the entire apartment is dark. And you've seen my apartment. We got the blackout curtains in the bedroom because Chris works overnight. And then there is no sunlight in the living room because there's a brick wall on the other side of the windows. So it's dark in here. And the only light in the room is the glow from the phone. And I fall asleep. And I feel the mattress move, like the pressure of somebody climbing on the bed. And I froze. Like seriously, if I didn't pee before I went to bed, I would have pissed the bed because I was like, what the fuck is that? And then I was like, okay, I'm going to count to 3 and I'm going to jump up and jump out of bed and run for the door. So I count in my head. I don't want to open my eyes. I count 1, 2, 3. And I go to jump up and something is holding me down. I cannot get up. And I'm not even kidding. I'm like forcing myself to get out of bed and I can't. And I start shaking and I'm telling you, I felt hands on me. I felt 2 hands holding me down. And I open my mouth and I can't scream. And I'm trying to force out just anything, like somebody to help me. And as I feel just like this energy building up in me, I go, and I scream out into the darkness, and then I jump up out of bed and I turn the lamp on and there's nothing there. And I slept with every fucking light on in the house for that night. And I didn't fall asleep till like 5 in the morning.
I wish someone else was there to hear what the sound is you actually made, because it may have been like...
It probably was. It probably was a very high-pitched squeal because I was trying to force anything out. And then finally my voice came back to me. I jumped out of bed and I was like, nope. You know what, Ghost? I have 6 weeks left. I will be out of here and you can have the apartment. That's fine.
I have 2 things to say to you about your story.
Yes.
Number 1, I don't care what anybody tells you. That was a ghost. It was not sleep paralysis. That is a ghost. I have listened to this podcast Spooked over and over again, and this happens to everybody who has ghosts, is that they cover them, they hold them down, and they terrorize them. So that's terrible. I'm sorry that you had to go through that. Number 2, I can no longer be friends with you, and nor I can never see you in person again for fear that your ghost will follow you to me and then take over. So
yeah, I don't want to be friends with myself either. Now, I will say, when I Google sleep paralysis, it does say sleep paralysis is a temporary inability to move or speak while falling asleep or waking up, and that it often feels like someone is holding you down. So I get Google thinks that it's sleep paralysis too. But Google and Chris are wrong.
Do you know who programmed that into Google?
Ghost. You know, why couldn't my ghost have been like Patrick Swayze from the movie Ghost?
My bedroom here in Orlando is very dark. It's very, very dark in there. And so Dylan wakes up way before me, and he'll take the dogs out. So then it's just me in this dark room. And I've kind of gotten to the point where I was fine with everything. But then last weekend, I watched The Sixth Sense again for the first time in a long time. And so then I'm laying there and they get up and they go outside and I'm laying in bed and like, you'll be fine. Just go to sleep. And then I was like, nope, ghost is going to kill you. So I got up and I went to sleep on the couch where there were people.
Yeah.
And dogs.
I just made a note about Sixth Sense because it's funny you mentioned that movie. I am amazed at the people I work with and their lack of knowledge when it comes to pop culture stuff. There are people I work with who first have never seen The Sixth Sense, never heard of it, and don't know about the ending. And I was like, that's not possible. And
they
they're
don't
like,
care about movies. They don't care
Yeah.
about entertainment.
well, I mean, they never claimed to.
There's no,
So
no-
I don't put it.
Caitlin just said they're too young. No, that's crap. Listen, I was not of age to see American Graffiti, but I watched it. I know all about it. Like, you watch classics. You watch things that changed movies.
Yeah. This
that
kid at
movie
work
changed
didn't.
movies.
So I was like, you're just fucking with me. And he goes, I'm telling you right now, I have never seen The Sixth Sense. He goes, I feel like I might have heard somebody talking about it. He goes, but I wasn't really paying attention, so I don't know anything about it. And I said, if that's true, I said, we're going to stop talking about this movie right now. You're going to go home after work and you're going to watch it. Don't Google it. Don't look up nothing. Because if you are, in fact, the only person on planet Earth who has not heard of The Sixth Sense, you're about to have your fucking mind blown.
Right?
So I sent him home, and he hasn't been back. We haven't worked together yet. But I'm so interested to see if he watched it. What if he thought of it? But I was like, could you imagine being able to go back and watch The Sixth Sense for the first time, not knowing anything about it?
Yeah, I mean, I wonder, because it was the first time a movie did that. Like, that completely fooled
That
you.
just, yeah.
But since then, more have. So I wonder if it'll be less, if he'll be more desensitized to the actual ending. But it's fucking great.
Yeah, and I remember The Others came out like a year or two after that, and I was like, when I went into The Others, I was thinking, because it's almost a similar kind of ending, and I was like, they're not going to make a movie this close to The Sixth Sense that has that kind of ending. So I went into it thinking they're not going to do that, and then they totally did it, and it got me.
That one scared me. That was a scary movie.
I'll be honest, I like The Others more than I like The Sixth Sense. I think it's a better made movie.
It was scarier for sure.
Yeah.
I remember I was sitting in the front row because there's that scene where they go to open the door, and then there's like that old woman's hand on the door handle.
Yeah.
And I screamed and kicked and screamed, and I was like,
yeah, there are more jump scares in The Others than there are Sixth Sense, definitely. So that happened. And then the only other thing that happened is I've been having weird fucking dreams lately. And I don't know why. I also read that sleep paralysis and weird dreams happen when you're overly stressed. And I was like, oh my God, am I overly stressed? Because I mean, there's a lot going on in my life right now, but
you're totally overly stressed.
I don't feel stressed. Like, no disrespect to the life I used to have, but like working at Watermark, like we're on a 2-week cycle. I felt stressed all the time. I was like, fuck, we got to put an issue together. I got to write this story. We got to do this. We got to do that. I got to go cover this event. I always felt stressed. Even though there's a lot of uncertainty in my life right now, I don't feel stressed. And I'm like, am I like bottling that up and it's manifesting in ghosts and bad dreams?
Yeah, you need to talk to a therapist.
Apparently I do.
And an exorcist.
Yes, definitely that.
Until someone says this apartment is clean, I'm never coming over.
Ooh, unless you're coming up here in the next 6 weeks, then you're never going to be in this apartment
coming up here the next 6 hours.
Oh, you should come up. You should come over.
No.
Okay, so I had 2 weird dreams I want to tell you about. So the first one, I was being stalked by this Asian man. So in the dream, I'm walking down the street and I keep looking behind me and there's an Asian man following me. So I get to my house, which I'm in my dream, I'm in New York, but I'm not in this apartment. I'm in a house that I grew up in, like when I was like 13 years old. And I go into the house and I close the door and the Asian man breaks into my house. Now, the dream gets really weird here because he attacks me.
I'm almost nervous about what you're going to say.
And after he attacks me, we start having sex in my dream. So I'm having sex with my stalker, and in the middle of sex, I look over, and in the corner is an older Asian man in my head that I know is my stalker who I'm having sex with is his father. And he's holding his phone up. And I look at him and I said, stop recording us having sex. And then I woke up. So that was dream number 1 I had that I was like, what the fuck?
Are you taking Chantix?
Oh my God, you remember Chantix?
Chantix dreams were
anymore.
crazy.
They were. The next dream, so I was up for a little bit, went back to bed, had another dream that I was in the same house and 3 women in street clothes came to the door saying that they were cops. And in my head, I'm like, no, you're not cops. You don't look like cops. You're not dressed like cops. So I go to
banged
close
them,
the
didn't
door.
you?
So we all had sex. No. So I go to close the door, and one of them sticks their foot in the door, and they're pushing their way, and I'm pushing the door. So I'm like, I see them draw their guns. And I was like, oh, shit, they're here to kill me. So I let go of the door, and I turn around, and I run towards the back door. And as I get to the back door, a cop car pulls up in front of the door. And I said, in my head, I go, oh, shit, they are cops, and I am going to jail. And a voice in my head, which is my voice, says, you're not going to jail, stupid. You're dreaming. Just wake up. So then I said out loud to the cop ladies coming at me, I said, oh, I'm dreaming. And then I woke up. Isn't that crazy? I think I might be stressed because Google says I'm a little stressed. And that's why I'm having those dreams.
Just 6 weeks, you need to find a place.
I ain't worried. So yeah. So I don't know who the Asian guy was who stalked me and then I had sex with him. And I don't know who the 3 women cops were, who I didn't know were cops, but I guess they were undercover cops.
I just assume now that you're going to have sex with every Asian person you run into. And like, you know, in that Ghostbusters kind of a way. Are you the gatekeeper? are you the keymaster? Yes. Like, are you the one I had a dream with? Let's have sex and find out.
Th if they'll let me live with them, I will sleep with them. That's going on my business card.
Do you have a room to rent?
Anyway, that's been my week. How was yours?
You know, my week was busy, but none of it's really, I didn't do anything overtly entertaining. I just did a bunch of stuff. So as you were saying, you know, in this 2-week cycle that we live in, that's stress. Well, we went to press on last Tuesday. So the day after we did the podcast, went to press with the issue. And then we went to press with Fringe Guide.
Oh, how did that go? I remember it was stressful last year. I just got a thumbs up from Caitlin. I love it.
It was amazing. Like they were like it was so crazy. Like this is the model for how it should be done. They not only like
I tried last year.
They not only had things done like, you know, in advance to get them in, but they also for the first time they packaged like artist ad sales on their website. And so like people just bought a lot more ads than the last time because it was just all right there in their portal, and they did it. It was great. They just cut the pages down. So
Caitlin mentioned that. Yeah, it was a smaller
guide. We're doing like a glossy cover, but 35-pound bright white interior. So it's just like everything about it just seems is way better.
I want to see it. Do me a favor, because you send me the paper every 2 weeks. Send me a Fringe Festival guide. Have Caitlin sign it and then send it to me.
Yeah, just get us your new address, and we'll have that forwarded
to
you. I'm just kidding.
You know I don't have one. That is so rude. You know I don't have an address.
You stop trying to be funny. No, it'll be out before you have to move. We'll send it. Would you want us to send one for your ghost too?
No, just one for me. And I'm serious. I want Caitlin to sign it. Sign the cover.
It'll be better to sign it.
So when she becomes famous and or dies, I can sell it for more money. Sign it wherever you want. Have the whole cast sign it. Jesus Christ.
I will say,
have the whole crew sign it.
The whole cast. It was a little. It was nailing down the layout was a little troublesome. This time. But new people, am I right?
Yeah. I will say, because if anybody from Fringe is listening, last year was a transitional period for them. And they did the best they could. It was a little chaotic. Caitlin, a little chaotic. No, they did the best they could. We got it out. I thought it looked great. I thought the Fringe Festival guide last year looked amazing. But yeah, they were in a transitional period. They had just gotten a new ED and split it up amongst 3 people instead of having one point of contact. So if you're listening from Fringe, you guys did great last year. I loved working with you.
No, I met with them. We met before this whole process started, and I said, please, we don't bring Fringe Caitlin back. No. Please, whatever you can do. And they were on it. No, when I said new people, am I right? I meant on our end.
Yeah,
because you weren't here. You weren't here to translate the layout to something that was good for us. So
my fear that it going smooth this year will sit in everyone's minds years from now to be like, remember how easy it was when Jeremy left?
Why? What makes you think that's going to take years to be said?
I tried.
No,
I worked so hard. Anyway.
So
I bet it
anyway,
looks
that was really the bulk of the week. That's really all we did.
Yeah.
I mean, the only other thing I did, well, I mean, there's some other things, but was decide to come to New York again. So there's a conference that's happening this week, and it's
you and Ryan are coming into town.
nah.
Oh.
So boopy, boop,
Okay,
boop.
I'm gonna stop guessing so I don't make things awkward.
Yeah. So like there's a whole progression to this. So
Yeah.
there's a branded content thing that's happening, and I got this email that's like, listen, take this survey, and I try to help out this this group that did this branded content class with us. Like if they ask me for something, I'm going to do it because it was really informative and great, and I want them to succeed. So I'll do anything I can to help with things that they need. So they asked me to take a survey, and they're like, if you take the survey, it'll get you free admission into this branded content conference that's happening in New York. And I was like, should I go? Should I not go? I was like, it's an opportunity to go to New York, so I was like, let's just do it, So so I signed up for it, but then I was like, hey, we don't have to pay for hotels because we can stay at the apartment. So Ryan, if you want to go, it's just a plane ticket. I can make that happen. And so he was like, yeah, he signed on. We bought the tickets, everything like that. And then 2 days later, his uncle passed away. And that's something I know he probably doesn't want me talking about that. I just realized we're recording a podcast, not just you and I having a conversation. So he couldn't go. So then I said, well, Danny, it was a refundable ticket. So now I have the space. If you want to go, you can go. And then so he was going to go, but then he can't. So then it turned into, well, Dylan, you'll be there. And I hate to go to these things by myself. So sign up. So
when is it?
It's on Thursday.
I'll go with you.
Gonna take some notes and then report back to the staff.
Yeah. I'll be like, guess who's back? Just to tell you what I learned.
So we did so we planned that we're going up. We were gonna come up tomorrow and stay until Saturday. But I remember the building super telling us that Tuesday nights are when you put big bulk trash out.
Oh,
and we've got that huge box of boxes, and I'm like, we're gonna have this until June if we don't fly up a day, or like just fly up the night before and put it out. So that's what we're doing, and so we'll be up there tomorrow night through Saturday.
Oh, nice.
Which I'm excited about.
Well, before we start recording, I went over my schedule with you, and I close every night except Friday. So.
Oh, well, maybe we can find something Friday.
Yeah.
So then, but we didn't learn our lesson from the last time. The last time that we were planning on going up there, and I waited and ordered furniture to be delivered. And no, still screwed it up. There's been an entertainment center. Well, really, we got a dresser to use as the entertainment center so we can get more storage. And the kitchen island have been sitting there since Friday in the lobby. So I'm like, I hope it's still there. I told Dylan to message the super and tell him that. But sadly, though, the air conditioner units that we got won't get there until Wednesday or Thursday. So Tuesday and Wednesday, it'll be hot.
It's going to be 85 or 86 on Wednesday.
But just during the day, right? At night, it gets cool.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's how weather works.
So that's fine. Well, no, I mean, at night
it's not like
gets
it sets
cool
at
enough.
85 and it's like, that's it. That's all
well, no,
you
I
get.
mean, when it's 85 in Florida, it's 78 at night.
Oh, true. That's true.
But
that's
in New
true.
York, it's going to get down to like the 60s where it'll be comfortable to sleep with the windows open, right? So that'll be fine. We'll leave the apartment and we'll go do something,
Yeah, it'll be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, mid 80s in the high, mid 60s in the low. So yeah, you should be fine.
Well, we did do something else. But it wasn't action packed. So we went to Boca to see Dylan's aunt and uncle, and we haven't seen them since we decided to make to get this apartment and all this kind of stuff, and for Dylan to move up there. So they were really excited to see us and talk to it because it's something they've been talking about Dylan doing for years. And
Yeah.
so it's really nice. And they're really excited that they'll get to see him because they'll just be an hour and a half apart now. And so we went to hang out with them and got to talk a lot about all this kind of stuff. It was fun and get his advice on, what are the things that you need to know about, having dogs in New York and this kind of thing. And so he had a lot of great advice. It was a lot of fun. We really just sat at their condo for most of the time that we were there. We were just there a short amount of time. But we did go to, I didn't write down the name of it. Apologies, because I assume there are wetlands all around there. But there were these wetlands, which is basically next to this Florida Power sort of place, and then they just fenced off this area to put a boardwalk around it, and you can see all of these birds. It's just kind of crazy because you get there's nests in trees, but the boardwalk kind of goes right by them, you're face to face with these gigantic birds that have they're so big when they go to fly that you could hear their wings flapping. They're just enormous. Anyway, it was really surprisingly pretty and interesting. I was she was like, let's go walk a trail, look at birds. I'm like, okay. But no, it was great. We had a really great time. So it was cool. So we got to see them, and that was fun.
Nice.
And then we came back because I have softball on Sundays, and when I commit to something, I commit, right? So it's I don't care what we're doing, I have to come back and play softball on Sundays. Shout out
Really
to my
quick,
softball team.
I just want to say, just because I've been watching a lot of Seinfeld lately, you were a lot like George Costanza. I just want to say. I am fairly certain there is an episode of Seinfeld where he legit said, when I commit to something, I do it. And it just cracks me up.
I can picture him in a softball uniform.
Oh, yeah. Him and Jerry play on a softball team.
Right.
I just watched the episode where he was running for home and tackled Miss Bette Midler and knocked her out and put her in the hospital. Mm-hmm.
Wow. I would avoid collisions at all costs. That would not be me.
Yes.
But so my life has really changed a lot in the last couple of weeks. I take these triceptide shots, and every time I say something a couple of times, I think John Oliver is going to pick this up and it'd be like, and now Rick Todd takes triceptides, and it's going to just be me going, so I take the shot. But I really do eat a lot less. And so I had nothing to eat. And it was, my games were at 1:30 and 2:30, and all I had was a protein shake in the morning. And then I had to go play these two games, and it really affects how when I'm running and what I'm doing, I get lightheaded a lot. So it was a little struggle, but we did win. I just want to shout out to my team because we had a 5-game winning streak, and we haven't done that ever. So we had a 5-game winning streak. We actually got up into the top 3, which was really cool. We lost the last game, but by 1 run.
Yeah.
So 6 would have been too greedy. So we didn't have a 6-game winning streak, but I think we're doing really well. It's really nice.
Good.
And it's my last season with these guys.
Oh, I was just going to say, are you going to continue on playing with them?
We're going to see.
I know you go back and forth between
we're going to go back and forth, so we're going to see where I spend the most time and see what happens from there.
Yeah.
But I love playing softball, so I can't imagine I'm not going to play somewhere. What I did in St. Pete when I was going back and forth is I signed up for both leagues, and both teams were fine with me playing with them whenever I was there.
Yeah.
So this would be a new league in New York, and I don't know if they'd be okay with that, but I know the team here would be fine with it. But I love it. I just keep playing. I'll play until I can't walk. Anyway.
Oops, sorry. I was belching at the time. I wanted to comment on that, but I started to feel the wine push up, and I belched, and I was like, I stepped away from the microphone. That's fun. Yeah, I see, because I like to go through strolls when it's nice out. I like to take a little stroll through Central Park, and they got the baseball fields out there, and I see people playing softball out there all the time. So, yeah, there's definitely leagues you can join in, and maybe I'll come by and watch a game or two.
Well, the Gay League, I do know this. The Gay League plays, it's not Roosevelt Island, but it's on the east.
Oh, I'm not going to Roosevelt Island to watch you play.
The surprising thing is it's like a 20-minute.
I need you to play either in Upper West Side or Central Park.
Yeah, it's definitely not there. But the it's somewhere where it's like a 20-minute or 15 to 20 minute like Uber ride, but takes like an
Yeah.
hour and 15 to go on public transportation because you got to go down, then across, and back up. And
Did you hear about the new phase of the subway they're building? This is actually going to benefit you because it's up near you. It's at 125th because you've got the 1 train, the A train, or the CE train. You've got like 4 trains that run up into Harlem, but they only connect across the island or the city at Midtown and lower.
Yeah.
They're building a train at 125th that goes
Huh.
across all 4 of the trains, so you don't have to go down. Because so many people, if you're doing anything on the east side and you live on the west side, you got to come down, cut across, and then go up.
yeah, or you got to take
So
a bus because the bus.
Or you got to do the bus.
Right?
Yeah, most of the buses go crosstown, but they're going to be building a line on 125. So that should be really helpful.
I did some lines on 125.
I see what you did there. You mean cocaine, don't you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Anyway, because they're cheaper, I've been looking at places in Central and East Harlem.
Yeah.
And they are significantly cheaper than Hell's Kitchen, basically all of Midtown. And some of them are pretty nice. Like they've done some renovations on some apartments up there that look really nice.
Yeah.
I've also, they were talking on Spectrum News this morning, FYI, when you guys get here, because it was such a cold winter, they said that the rats are going to be worse this year than like the last 20 years before. So just so you know, the rats, I saw a giant fucking rat the other day and it freaked me out. Not in the apartment, but around.
Yeah, they won't be in the apartment. They'll just run around the streets, especially like when they put trash out and leave it out overnight. There'll be rats all over.
But apparently the rats, because it's been mild winters the last couple of years, the rats just kind of migrate wherever. But because it was such a cold winter this year, they all went underground. And, you know, when it's frozen outside and you're buried underground, the only thing you can do is fuck the other rats. So there are going to be thousands of new rats running around the city.
Just like the gays in Central Park, you know, it's like, hey, it's sun time. Let's go with our shirts off. And
these are new rats. So they're going to want to check out Midtown. They're going to check out Hell's Kitchen. They're going to check out the spots they haven't seen yet.
Well, they're going to be like, yeah, I saw this. I heard about this one rat that grabbed a great slice at the subway and carried it up the stairs. I'm going to do that.
Stephen Colbert's gone at the end of May. We got to get over there and see his show before he's done. So the rats are all going to be there.
Hey, guess
Jeremy's going to be out of this apartment in 6 weeks.
They're building a new crosstown line at 125.
Yeah. Let's go check that tunnel out. Anyway, rats galore. Ooh, that's going to be the name of my new one-man show. One man, 1,000 rats. Come see us.
Maybe you should get the rats to come to your apartment and scare the ghosts away.
Ooh. I don't know how you feel about this. I would totally rather have a ghost than rats. That's an interesting question. I want to put this out there. Would you rather have a ghost in your apartment or rats in your apartment?
I mean, do you forget what my life's been like for the last 5 years? Fuck rats.
Oh, I forgot you made friends with them. I hate rats.
I do not enjoy rats, but guess what I hate more? Dying from ghosts.
Yeah. I feel like ghosts, if you accept them, like, okay, yeah, you're here, whatever. They can't kill you. They can just try to scare you. But rats carry
ghosts.
They were responsible for the bubonic plague. No. Poltergeists can kill you. Ghosts can't touch you. Ghosts are...
Are you thinking like Casper? I mean, I'm thinking like every
ghosts,
horror movie I've ever watched, ghosts kill people.
Yeah. Oh, trust me, I've seen enough horror movies. Poltergeists can touch. Ghosts can't touch. They just scare.
I don't know.
Google it.
The sweetest little ghost ever, Sam Wheat. He could make some shit happen. He could push you into... He pushed that one dude into a glass pane and the thing came down.
Oh my God, that's not even a real movie. Listen, I am almost done with this bottle.
Jeremy, you in danger,
and
girl.
I have no time for rats and or ghosts. Anyway, how was the rest of your week? Is there any? You have anything else?
No, I mean, we're gonna talk about the rest of my week. It was watching this movie.
Oh yes. By the way, you owe me $12.50. No, I'm just kidding. $12.99.
I can send it to you because you had to sign up.
I
You had to
did.
sign up for.
Okay. So Apple TV, we watched a movie this week that's on Apple
I'll buy
TV.
you
Premiered
lunch.
on Saturday. Oh yeah, just buy me. Oh yeah, just buy me lunch. That's fine. So I kept trying to sign up because you get a 7-day free trial on Apple TV, and every time I try to put a new email address in, it's like, you already have an account. And I was like, how many fucking Apple accounts have I made? I have like 9 email addresses, and apparently I did an Apple account with every one of them.
You should start using like appletrial@gmail.com.
That's a good idea.
And create that account and then just keep doing
I
it.
should, because I got through like the 8th or 9th email address that I have, and I was like, fuck it, I'll just pay the $12.99, because I was getting to the point where I was like, I'm not going to watch this movie. So the movie is called Outcome.
Yeah, and I just want to preface whatever we're going to say about it with this. I was sent this as a possibility, as something to watch, and I watched the clip of it, and it looked adorable. It's got so many famous people in it. It's looked great and adorable, and so we've been actually waiting for this to come out on April 10th so we could watch it and cover it for
And I'll be
podcast.
honest, it looks like, based on the trailer, like it's a full-on queer film. It's called Outcome. Outcome. Outcome.
Which I think is what it actually ended up being about.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. It actually applies
line, right?
to
There's
this
a
movie.
line when he says with outcome.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, without.
But it's with come.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I
mean,
know what you're all
literally,
thinking.
that's what it's about.
What
No,
a
it's
crude
literally
joke
about
to make,
come.
Jeremy. No, I'm not even making a joke. Literally, there's a line in this. It's like, oh yeah, and he comes.
Yes, and that is when you remember Jonah Hill wrote it.
Yes. So okay, it's written and directed by Jonah Hill.
Caitlin just loudly went,
Yeah. See. For anybody who hasn't seen this movie yet and is listening, while you're listening, I want you to Google Jonah Hill in the movie Outcome. I'll give you a second to do it. And look what he looks like. This is not the Jonah Hill from Superbad or 21 Jump Street. This is a Jonah Hill that looks like he was trying to be Bryan Cranston making his Breaking Bad move. Like, I'm going to shave my head and grow a beard.
Do you know what he looks like? Joe Pantoliano, the guy from The Matrix.
Yeah.
He looks like that dude with a beard.
You know what he looks like? Jake. He looks like Jake.
Well, I mean, like a homeless Jake.
Yeah, but I mean, he's got the long beard like Jake had.
Oh,
he's got the
you know what? In that
head.
picture, he looks a little Jakey in that picture.
He looks very Jake-like.
But he looks like he's like emaciated. In the movie at times. Yeah.
I honestly didn't know that was Jonah Hill until about maybe 15 or 20 minutes into the movie, and I was like, this guy sounds like Jonah Hill. And then I was like, holy shit, that is Jonah Hill.
Yeah.
So it's a movie. It stars Keanu Reeves, and it's basically Keanu Reeves. I love Keanu Reeves, and I'm going to preface this by saying I think Keanu Reeves may be one of the nicest people in the world. I'm not even just saying he's the nicest celebrity out there. He's the nicest guy out there. He may be one of the nicest people out there. I think that's why he works in this movie based on what the movie's about, that he is the nicest person.
It's interesting. Do you think he's Googling right now? Like, what did Jeremy Williams think of Keanu Reeves? Because
I hope so.
The whole point of the movie is that this actor is so concerned with what other people think of him that he's actually a terrible person, but has this wonderful persona in the world, and everybody loves him. And he's so concerned about what everybody thinks about him. And I was like, well, that's kind of funny because everybody loves Keanu Reeves. Is Keanu Reeves really just an asshole? But I don't think so.
But here's the thing. Keanu Reeves, while I honestly think he is legit, I think he's genuinely a nice guy. And I hope he's not listening to this because I want him to know that I love him and that he is a great guy. he is not a good actor. He's not. And I hate that for him because I want him to be so good. I want him to, because he's such a good person. But he's not a good actor.
I didn't mind it so much, but Dylan, the entire show, well, actually, that's the because he didn't come in until like half an hour into the movie. He's like, why is he whispering?
The acting
He's just why is he
bad.
whispering the whole movie?
He's right.
He's not wrong.
Not
wrong.
And I love him so much, and I want him to be good, but he's not. Now I will say the actors around him, I thought Matt Bomer was pretty good in this. They're all very goofy characters.
They are
Caricatures.
very caricatures, right? Yeah. Like the even the ones that get a little dramatic in it are like stereotypes of that kind of a person.
Yeah,
like the friend of the drug addict who
or the
watched them
lawyer,
OD,
yeah,
or the crisis lawyer who's going to get you out of it, or the fame whore of a mother. Like, by the way, come on!
Oh my God, Susan
Brilliant.
Lucci! I would watch her shit in a bag, and I'd give her an Oscar for it. I love her.
How does Susan Lucci look the same age that she did when I watched All My Children when I was 5 years old?
Yeah.
How is she still?
That has to be an Instagram filter. That is not really her face. She looks like she's in her 30s.
Because she was perky. She was stunning.
But even
and
for how
great as an actress, she was great.
Even for as not great the script is written, I thought Matt Bomer, Cameron Diaz, Susan Lucci, even Jonah Hill, I thought he wrote the script, but even though it's a badly written script, I thought he did well with what he was given, what he gave himself. And Susan Lucci, and even Martin Scorsese has a part. He's as a agent for a kid. I was really impressed with his acting.
Very impressed. He was my favorite character in the whole show. He should have more roles.
But
that
everyone
was really good.
Not impressed with Keanu Reeves' acting, but I love him. So I'm like, you know what? You get a pass, Keanu, because you are Keanu. So
do you know what I didn't like in it?
Oh, wait a minute. Let me guess. Jonah Hill's son. You bastard. No, I'm just kidding.
No, it's Jonah Hill.
Oh, Jonah Hill?
Like,
because he wrote it?
No, it was the character. It seemed like he did that thing that you talk about that Bradley Cooper does. And so
oh yeah.
So there was no one to tell him you're screaming way too much. Like going around
I think that was the joke though.
But it wasn't funny. It was too much. Like it was like, and then he tried to be like, you know, that hooker with a heart of gold that they say. And so, like he tried to be this horrible like crisis guy, but in the end it was like, no, I've had your back this whole time and I'm a good. It was like, no, you're an obnoxious.
Just not the writing and not the directing, but I will say the acting. The part where they're at the van when Keanu meets his son, I thought the acting was good there. I thought he was a great actor, even though I didn't care for the dialogue of the movie.
But
he is a good actor.
But everything in that boardroom,
was
awful.
Every one of them. And that includes the
funny thing about the boardroom is that so he's a crisis lawyer, and they have this huge photo of Kanye West, and that was hilarious. And then as they walk around the room,
you see other photos.
He's got the Clintons, and then when they go downstairs to get to the parking garage, big picture of Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, you see, it became again. I actually rewinded that scene because I was like, oh, I didn't notice they were changing the photos. So they've got Kanye. These are the ones I found. Kanye behind him, the Clintons across from the table. When they're talking, if you look out the windows into the hallway, there's a picture of Kim Kardashian. As they come down the stairs, there's a poster of Roseanne Barr. And then as they're coming into the garage, you have Kevin Spacey. So these are all, I'm assuming, posters of the people they have worked with in crisis situations. So Keanu Reeves gets or his lawyer gets a notification that there is a video out there of Keanu doing something scandalous that will get him canceled. And the entire movie is Keanu going around apologizing to people that he thinks may be the ones who are trying to blackmail him.
Right, and he's trying to not let it out that he's spent the last 5 years
Yeah.
recovering from heroin addiction.
Yeah, because he's in drug recovery. He's been off drugs for 5 years. Cameron Diaz and Matt Bomer play his childhood friends. The three of them have been friends since Keanu was a kid, and he's been acting since he was 6 years old.
Yeah, I mean, it starts off with him performing on Johnny Carson, which
Yeah.
must be, it has to be a takeoff of Joey Lawrence. He looked
That is
like
Joey Lawrence hair.
That was Joey Lawrence.
Yeah, to the point where
Singing and tap dancing. Yeah,
I Googled whether that was a clip of Joey Lawrence because the little kid looks so
looked just
like
like
Joey
him.
Lawrence. Yeah, it's not. It's all.
But
CG.
I mean, what you should Google is, did Joey Lawrence sing and tap dance on Johnny Carson show, and is that the inspiration for this whole story? Like, it has to be, because that kid looked just like Joey Lawrence. Anyway,
he did the hair and everything. So he's going around looking for apologizing to these people. I mean, the movie just came out a few days ago, so I don't know how much we want to give away. But there are a couple of lines that did make me laugh. And one of them was Matt Bomer saying that vaping is just an oral fedora, which cracked me up because I used to wear fedoras.
He says,
and I was like, you're not wrong.
He said, I can't believe kids vape these days. They're so gay.
Yeah. And then compared vape to being an oral fedora. So throughout the movie, I do want to ask you this because I wrote a note here. I said, throughout the movie, Keanu keeps, by the way, I didn't read any of the characters' names. I just wrote the actors' names.
Yeah.
Keanu keeps Googling himself. Do you Google yourself? So I want to ask, do you Google yourself every once in a while? No, I don't either.
No, because I mean, I don't want the algorithm to put, there is a mugshot of me out there in the world, and I don't Google that because then I don't want when people to Google my name for that to be what pops up, that kind of a thing. So I don't. I'm the opposite of Keanu Reeves' character in this, and that I don't care if people don't like me and they say things about me on the internet. Like, that's not anything. I don't need people to like me, so I don't do that. Now, do I care if people hate me? Absolutely. But I don't Google it.
Yeah. Okay. Apparently, that is a legit clip. That is actually Joey Lawrence on Johnny Carson, tap dancing and singing.
I don't know I don't think it's Joey Lawrence in this, but I believe Joey Lawrence. I believe it's.
No. I'm looking at the actual clip. I'm not saying I didn't post this, but I'm looking at the clip on YouTube as we speak. And it says Joey Lawrence tap dances and sings on Johnny Carson, posted 3 years ago. And it's the exact clip from the movie.
Oh, it may be that somebody's like.
3 years ago? Are we being like Inceptioned?
That ghost is really.
He's really fucking with me.
Yeah.
I will look more into this, but according to YouTube, 3 years ago, it's the exact same clip from the movie. I didn't find that earlier.
I have to be honest, Jeremy, and say I'm surprised you didn't bring up a very important element.
Oh, wait a minute. Which one?
Of this thing about the crisis team. And the last time they all got together and screwed up.
Oh, no, I have that. Wait a minute. Okay, so there's 2 scenes. This pissed me off so much. There's 2 scenes with the crisis team. So he comes in and he meets with the crisis team, and it's Laverne Cox.
Which Laverne Cox is on, yeah.
Yeah, and it's the guy he used to be on Daily Show.
Yeah, he does that. He does a show on CNN now.
Yeah. Roy Wood Jr.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, and then I didn't know who this lady was. This is so bad. So if she's listening, I'm sorry. But Atsuko Akatsuka, whom is a gay Asian stand-up comedian. Apparently, Ryan interviewed her for Watermark. when
wow.
I worked there. I didn't know this. There are posters of her at Uggs because she is the spokesperson for the new Uggs, the Fluff Yeah sandals they have, these new furry slippers. And there's posters everywhere. And I told my boss, why doesn't UGG use relevant people? I don't know who the fuck that is. And then I saw her in this movie. So apparently I just don't know who relevant people are.
is that your argument for my sales are down? Why don't you
Yeah.
use more relevant?
I'm like, why don't we have actual
Why don't you have like
influencers?
heated rivalry naked men wearing Uggs?
No, because I did pitch that. I had our boss's boss come in, and I pitched, listen, Heated Rivalry second season is going to be coming up next year, and people are going to be talking about it. You need to do a collab boot with those Canadians up there because it will blow up. Anyway,
you know there's an off-Broadway Heated Rivalry show.
It's sold out. I already tried to get tickets for it. It's sold out already. So they meet and they like, oh, we're gonna, we're your crisis team. Then the movie goes on, and then they meet back with the crisis team, and they're all wearing the exact same clothes. It's like, this is supposed to be a week later, and they're all in the same outfits, and it just irritated the fuck out of me that's a consistency thing that, like, as a movie director, you should really know, Jonah. Fix that. It pissed me off so much. I don't know why. Maybe because I was drinking while I was watching the movie too, but it irritated the fuck out of me. Anyway, is that what you were talking about? That they were in the same clothes?
No. That they were in the first time when they were meeting, they were introducing the guy that has the CNN show, and they were talking about the last time that they worked together to try to help a client out, and they messed it up. And that Jonah Hill messed it up because the client was Jussie Smollett.
Oh yes,
and that Jonah Hill had hired two black guys to beat him up, and it was like he's like, you hired two black guys to
and he goes,
imitate...
you told me to hire more black people.
And yeah, he was like, but you hired them to imitate white supremacists beating up a black guy. And he was like, well, you can't have it both ways. Do you want me to hire more black people or not?
I thought that joke was hilarious.
Yeah.
The fact that they were wearing the exact same fucking clothes irritated me.
And what was that thing about somebody like somebody dressed up like a geisha? Was it
Keanu Reeves?
Yeah.
So
they thought that would be the video, is that he dressed up like a geisha. And then Jed looked over at me and was like, she's like, don't bring it up. Don't bring it up on the podcast. But
I don't know what you're talking about.
There was a time, and now I subscribe to the hashtag, that they say in the movie.
Yeah.
Please stop imitating Asian people. Hashtag please stop imitating Asian people. But like, I was dating somebody who was obsessed with like geisha, and so for a couple of Halloweens and a couple of, New Year's, we dressed as geisha, and actually even sort of developed a show based on these characters that was going to be done. And thank God.
Oh, Richard.
Something.
I am so
the universe,
disappointed in you.
The universe stopped it from happening. So yeah. Anyway.
The other thing I wanted to point. Okay, so there's like, this is a stat cat. There's a lot of well-known, famous people in this movie. So as Keanu's going through his apology tour, and there's one person they keep going back to, and they're like his ex-girlfriend Savannah. And as I'm watching the movie, it's like, Savannah's going to be somebody like super famous. It's going to be like, Julia Roberts or somebody. And then he's like, I have to go see Savannah and apologize to her. So he goes in and he's sitting there and he's talking to Savannah, and the camera cuts to her, and it is none other than Welker White. And I know what you're saying. Who the fuck is Welker White? I know you're saying
a model
this.
for Uggs?
I know you're saying this because I said the same thing. I was like, what the fuck is that? So I went back. She has a very extensive acting resume. She's been in a lot of stuff, but she's one of those actors who've been in a lot of stuff, but people don't know her. And I found this on her IMDb that just cracked me up because I feel like this speaks to her as an actor. She has appeared, and not only has she been in like all sorts of like 7 or 8 different Scorsese films, she has appeared on Law and Order and Law and Order SVU 8 times. So, I mean, actors appear on Law and Order all the time.
Yeah.
She played a different character on every single episode. Even the producers of Law and Order didn't remember her. And they're like, oh, yeah, cast her as Lady at Counter. 8 different episodes, 8 different characters.
I think that
the
happens
other-
a lot in those shows.
Right, but they normally play like 1 or 2 different characters, or
Yeah.
they play the same character in recurring roles. She's in 8 episodes, and every episode she has a different name. It blew my mind. The other thing in the second boardroom scene, they're eating black and white cookies with Keanu's face on it, and those look so fucking good.
They're huge.
They're huge, and I was watching, I was like, fuck, I want a black and white cookie so bad right now. They look so good. And I've been drinking now, and thinking back to them, I'm like, wow, they really look fucking good. And when we're done here, I'm going to go get a black and white cookie. Anyway, that's all I got to say about that.
You were talking about lines that you thought were funny. I wrote a few down.
Yes.
This is from Susan Lucci's character, who plays Keanu Reeves' mom. Sometimes you got to tickle their balls so mommy can get her beak wet.
I love her so much in this.
And when
All of her lines, I was like, oh my God,
Yeah,
she's so fucking
she was
weird.
so good. It was
She was
also
so
funny too when Jonah Hill pointed at Laverne Cox and yelled, "She's made of cum."
Oh my God, he goes through this thing because I was like, ew. And then I was like, oh, he's not wrong. But he's going around because, I mean, I guess we can say it. If you're listening this far into it, the whole thing that he's being blackmailed is somebody has a sex tape of Keanu Reeves. And the guy they're talking to on the phone says, because they're asking how bad it is. And then he says, I'll say 2 words. He comes. And then he hangs up. So Jonah Hill is trying to, say it's okay. He's like, there's nothing wrong with cum because we're made of cum. And he's going around the table and he's like, your cum and your part cum and your part cum. And basically just telling everybody. And I was like, ew, wait a minute. We all are a part
But
cum.
it was great because he pointed at Laverne Cox and is like, "You're made of cum," and she goes, "I am not made of cum.
I am not made of cum."
I
But
liked
mean,
his bumper
technically,
sticker.
We are all. Oh yes, the bumper sticker was funny.
His bumper sticker said, "Honk if you can separate the art from the artist." That was fun because that's what his whole job is. I did see on my note another photo that they had in the conference room was Diddy.
Oh yeah, Diddy was there. Yeah.
But I also I liked this whole thing a lot because one of the things that he was going to do when they found out it was a sex tape, is to get ahead of it. He was going to do a live interview with somebody so if he mentioned the sex tape first, then he's a victim. And but he somehow realized there was a moment of clarity in him that he realized that saying he was a victim would be a lie. Because he's actually hiding the truth from everybody. And so, but it was Drew Barrymore that was going to do this live interview. And literally 10 seconds before the interview, he walked away and Drew Barrymore lost her shit. And she screams at everybody. She said, "I'm going to go Ellen on all of you." And that cracked me up.
And I think what's funny about that is she's like Keanu Reeves. Like you look at her and you're like, you're the nicest fucking person, I bet. So her to have a breakdown like that was hilarious because she probably isn't like Ellen, right?
Right. I
Right?
think she feels a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
she records her show.
Cryy. Yeah.
She records her show like 2 blocks from me.
You should go see
Yeah.
it.
I should.
I've always liked her. I mean, aside from Mad Love, I've loved everything that she does.
Yeah. I expected to see Lucy Liu somewhere in this movie only because Drew Barrymore and Cameron Diaz are in it. And I was like, you can't have 2 of the Charlie's Angels, but not the third. So I honestly was like, oh, she's going to pop up somewhere. She should have been Savannah. No disrespect to 8-time Law and Order actress Welker White. That should have been Lucy Liu. That was her role. Anyway.
Yeah, I'd say this about the movie. It's like to talk about theming or whatever. So while he's, and me as the why not addict part of this conversation, he goes on this apology tour, which I think a lot of people who are not part of a 12-step program mistakenly think that that's what you're supposed to do, is go on apology tour. So his character has not done any sort of organized
Yeah.
12-step program. He's just stopped doing heroin. And so then he's like, oh, well, this is kind of like that. And everybody's like, oh, it's just like that. You go around and apologize to everybody. But what you really do is you make amends with people. So you make it right. It's not saying I'm sorry. And I really appreciated this little point about this movie, is that as it went on and he kept apologizing to people, they were like, for what? And so then he started to understand that it was more about like trying to make things right. And then that's what he ended up trying to do in the long run. And I thought that was really nice, because whoever wrote it, Jonah Hill, he gets it, right? He gets that there's this perception of what this is and then what it really was, which I thought was kind of cool. And I liked, me, a movie can save itself in the last 2 minutes of it. And so I loved Martin Scorsese at the end of it. And I loved Matt Bomer at the end of it. The interview at the end, it cracked me up, because it was like, because you wonder what I kept thinking, like, what did she do? Like, they went live and he wasn't there. What did they do? Well, they put Matt Bomer up there and they played the interview, and it was hilarious.
I will say, it just, as things have been going on, and this started like when COVID started, and just as things have gotten, like, the separation between the haves and have-nots have widened. There, at the end of it, Keanu Reeves, there's a sex tape out there, and he meets with the guy. I'm just gave the ending away because fuck it, who cares?
I mean,
at this point, if you're still listening, you're not going to watch the movie. You want us to tell you. So the guys who initially, he's like, I want $15 million not to release the tape. And Jonah Hill tells Keanu, I whittled him down to $35,000. And so they meet with the lawyers, and he signs the thing. And as they're walking out, Keanu Reeves looks at the guy who had the tape. And it turns out it was a video that Keanu Reeves had done online with the guy's ex-girlfriend, and he just found it on the laptop.
Yeah, she was a sex worker, and it was a call like this. Please keep it in your pants.
Yeah.
And he just like took care of himself while she
Hey,
showed her
if I
breasts.
get $35,000, it's coming out.
Yeah, I made a cum, and so she had recorded it, and it was on her computer, and this guy found it and was like, "Hey, I could get money out of this." It's really all it was.
So as they're walking out, Keanu Reeves and this guy look at each other, and Keanu Reeves like, "Why do you hate me?" And he's like, "I don't hate you. I actually really love you." And he goes, "Then why are you doing this?" And he goes, "I'm broke." And it's just like, that's just the world we live in. Like, I love Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks is probably the greatest actor in the world. I Googled this because Keanu Reeves is in the movie, but I mean, you could insert any actor. Keanu Reeves is worth $380 million. I don't know if you know that.
Wow.
380 million. Yeah, they said Matrix and John Wick money
John Wick,
were the two big things that he got his paydays from. As somebody who 6 weeks from now may not have a place to live, if I pulled up on my computer, I had a secret sex tape of Keanu Reeves, no matter how much I love him, or Tom Hanks, I might extort them for $35,000, $40,000, $50,000. That's nothing to them.
What if you bought a laptop, a used laptop, and you opened it and the P tape was on it?
Yeah,
Ooh,
that's what I'm saying.
Be a good one.
$50,000 is nothing to these people who are worth hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah.
But to this guy who maybe doesn't have a job, doesn't know where his next paycheck's coming from, doesn't know if he's going to make rent, this may be his only out. And $50,000 to somebody who has millions or even billions of dollars doesn't matter to them. And maybe this is the slap in the face celebrities need.
Go a little higher than 30. I mean, I said the only thing I said when they walked out of it, and he said, "I'm broke," and he walked out, I was like, "You're still broke. That 35 is going to be gone in 6 months, if even that, and you're going to be right back to where you were."
Yeah,
unless you're going to invest it wisely.
Yeah,
but you wouldn't
it's
be
not
broke
even
if
about
you had the
that.
ability to do that.
Think when I saw that scene, that's the first thought I had was he's probably thinking, I have student debt or I have a mortgage payment to make. and I am $35,000 in the hole. And if I don't come up with $35,000, I am fucked. And he's probably thinking, I don't want 100,000 or 200,000 because I know what I'm doing is wrong. But I don't see any other way out of this hole, so I'm just going to take what I need right now. And so if you look at it that way, I'm like looking at this guy, I was like, yeah, fucking take it. You know what? Keanu's got $380 million. You have a sex tape, get 35,000. Get your mortgage paid, get yourself out of a hole so you can start on an even playing field.
I have a feeling that the character he played has more than $388 million.
That character, yes.
Yeah.
This I'm using in like applying it to a real world. But yeah, Keanu Reeves is worth $380 million. If I had a sex tape of Elon Musk, who's worth, or Amazon guy, Jeffrey Bezos, I wouldn't watch it. God no. But I might.
What if he had a sex
him.
tape of JD Vance and a couch?
I might watch that.
I might have to
curious
watch
how
that.
he fucks a couch. I'm like, when they first started saying,
wanna
yeah,
see
he fucked
if
a
it-
couch, I was like, how do you fuck a couch? I'm just curious.
Is it like where
For
the
the logistics
armrest
of
meets
it.
the back of it?
I
or
was
is
thinking it was between either
or
the
if it's in the
second and third or the first and second cushions.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know.
yeah. Seems a little loose to me, but okay.
Oh, well, no, you
I mean, if I were going to do it,
you
I'd
don't
go
do
for
just
something
the
a little
couch. I mean,
sturdier.
if you're going to do that, you pour yourself a glass of wine, you get one of those pocket masturbation toys,
Yeah, you stick it on the
you
couch.
wedge it down between the two cushions,
I've seen those
and
videos.
that's your focal point. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Anyway.
We went off the rails.
Is there a Rotten Tomato score for this?
There
movie?
is a Rotten Tomato score. Would you like to guess?
Yes,
I will tell you
audience,
this.
or is it audience
It's-
and
there's critics and audiences, and
Okay.
I will tell you this: I was jaw-droppingly flabbergasted when I saw these numbers.
really? Okay,
Yes.
okay. Then I, based on what I thought, and then based on what you just said, I'm going to say critics gave this a 90, and audiences gave this, I don't know, a 92.
Okay, now I want you to pretend that I didn't say it. Now I want to tell you this, by the way. Naked Boys Singing is 67-49.
Okay,
Okay, so now I'll give you another guess.
okay. And pretend like you didn't say.
Pretend
What
like I
you
didn't
just said.
say that I didn't tell you that I was flabbergasted.
Okay,
What would you have
then
said?
I'm going to say audience or critics 30 and audiences 40.
Critics 27.
Holy shit.
Naked Boys Singing in the 60s. Outcome 27, 31 audience.
Holy shit. Now, I honestly, I was like, this is not a great movie. But when you were like, I was flabbergasted, I was like, oh, people love this?
I mean, there's not being great, and then there's being bad. This is
Yeah.
not a bad movie.
No, this is a very
I would
average movie.
I liked it. Jen liked it. I mean, despite all the little nitpicky things, I enjoyed watching it. I wasn't mad. It's quick. It's an hour and a half. It's got a lot of famous people in it. There were a couple annoying characters, but outside of that,
Yeah.
it was fine.
I wouldn't say that this is a top-notch Oscar contender, but definitely not a 20 or 30s.
No, I mean, I'd even give it 2.5, 3 grapes. I think it's worth
I mean,
a watch.
I'd go 2.5. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
Right
wouldn't.
in the middle.
I mean, I would definitely not. I mean,
We have definitely
whoever.
watched worse things than this.
Yeah, like I'm stunned. I just looked up Naked Boys Singing's Rotten Tomatoes because I know that's probably the worst thing that we saw. And it had such better Rotten Tomatoes ratings than this. So I don't know. Anyway,
Yeah. I mean, that's weird to me. Yeah, that's no bueno, as they say in Mexico. No bueno? Is that Spanish I'm speaking? I don't know.
well, they speak Spanish in a lot of places, so they say it all.
That they do. Okay, Spain. Is that Spain?
There you go.
All right. Yay.
Bueno.
No bueno. Listen, I have a lot of Spanish friends, and they would all agree with what I just said. No bueno. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, so we'll be back next week.
Yeah.
With something. I don't know if we have that planned out. But until then, the cork is back in the bottle.